getting you closer than anyone else can. Your Backstage Pass.
And a big North Dakota KSJB welcome to Ronnie Milsap. Ronnie, how you doing today?
Hey, Bob, it's a pleasure to be on with you.
Oh, I've been looking forward to it. Good to hear your voice, and I've admired your music for so many years, and I tell you, if I had $1 for every time I've reached for something and needed something that sounded really good really quickly, and that happens in our business, I'll reach for a Ronnie Milsap song, and they all sound great.
God bless you, man. I always appreciate that, and thank you so much, you folks, for playing my records on the radio. It means a lot.
Do you remember a concert you did many years ago in Spokane, Washington in the late 70s at the Opera House?
I certainly do.
Do you?
Yeah.
I saw that concert. I listened to that concert, and the music was great, and I loved the special effects.
Yeah, I remember doing that, and I guess going over to KGA right after that, and then doing some radio stuff.
That's right. At the time, I was with KXLY, but I was in the audience with that concert for right out in Spokane at the
I guess we got into special effects probably too early.
Well, I tell you what, I thought it was really an original touch. And, oh, yes, I wanted to mention, too, that you're a native. Are you a native of North Dakota or North Carolina?
Absolutely, Bob. I certainly am.
You said the best people come from North Carolina.
Well, I know there's a lot of talent happening, from western North Carolina, East Tennessee, a lot of great songwriters and a lot of great artists that come out of that part of the South.
And
they can come from anywhere. As long as you come through Nashville, there's room for a lot more.
Well, I have personal ties to North Carolina, Ronnie. I'll tell you what. Let's get into something I think that you might want to talk about. Your latest single, "My First Ride," is really good, and I guess you're having kind of an uphill climb with this. I was reading on the internet about what happened with Capitol Records in September.
Yeah, I called Trace. We've been friends for about 10 years. I met Trace in Bakersfield, Crystal Palace, here back there around 2000. And we've been talking about doing a duet for years. And I got cut this track, and I said, I want to send this to you and tell me what you think. And Trace said, well, just tell me where you want me to be, what day you want to do it on. And we went and cut the record. And his management knew about it. Capitol knew about it. So we finished it. And once we put it out, it seems like all hell broke loose. Somebody's saying, we didn't tell them about this. And the manager says, we didn't tell them about when actually, in the truth, everybody knew that Trace had cut this song. And... it was kind of surprising. I don't know why two good buddies can't just get together and make a record.
So you've both essentially recorded First Ride, is that correct?
Yeah.
And so and Capitol isn't pushing your recording, is that correct too?
No, then I'm not on Capitol. I'm free to record for anybody that I want to, and usually, most artists. Vince Gill or Ronnie Milsap or anybody else, Reba, they will go in and sing with a buddy, and that always works just fine. I'd do it, before when I'd do things, I'd do a single when I was on RCA. If I did a song, with somebody else, I'd just say courtesy of RCA Records, Ronnie Milsap. And it was that simple. Apparently, Capitol doesn't see it that way, and the thing that kind of hurt a little bit is the fact that the proceeds from this is going for the International Association of Firefighters, and for the Fraternal Order of Police. All the funds being, from this single and from this subsequent album that's out now called My First Ride is going to be sold just by the firefighters and the police officers. And their funds are very low, and because of all the catastrophes that have happened around North America, and they need some help, and that's what this is all about. And that's why Trace wanted to do it, and that's why I want to do it.
And then, of course, in September, it says here, Ronnie Milsap, firefighters from around the state, California, and police gathered outside the record label Capitol. You had a fire truck there, and you were singing on the fire truck. Is that right?
I sure was. So I don't know, Bob. I guess I can simplify it by saying if Capitol actually was getting some of this money, they wouldn't be raising any. They wouldn't be unhappy, would they?
Well, no. And then Bruce Elrod at Ridgeway, South Carolina, with Cashbox, correct?
Yeah.
And Bruce is telling me, too, that billboard stations don't want to play the single, but all of us Cashbox stations have gotten together and we're playing it. I've listened to it, and I've heard both versions of First Ride. I can honestly, my First Ride, yours is definitely the superior one.
Well, I appreciate you playing it, and it's a shame the billboard stations won't play it, but like I'm saying, it's all about money, Bob. That's all it is. If Capitol is getting the money, man, they'd be fine with it. But we want the money to go to the firefighters and the police officers. They need it more than Capitol needs it.
That's right. There should be more.
They need it more than I need it.
Well, I'll tell you what, heart is more important than money.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth? Ronnie?
Absolutely.
How about if we let folks hear My First Ride? Let's do it right now. Is that all right?
That'd be great, Bob. I appreciate it.
And then we'll come back for just a quick moment. Is that okay?
Okay. All right.
You're always the first to know. Backstage Pass.
Hot stuff, Ronnie, and I really like that. That's My First Ride, Ronnie Milsap. Are you getting good response?
That's a quick radio record.
Oh, I tell you what, that's just hot smoking stuff there. So, are you getting some good response on it?
Absolutely, tremendous response on it. We play it live every show, and boy, it goes over great.
Now, what label is it on?
It's on a label. That's this particular label is called BLEVE, which some people would call it Believe, but actually the firefighters and the police officers call that a BLEVE. BLEVE, blast leveling everything very effectively. So that's the name of the record company.
Now, this is going to benefit firefighters, is that right?
Firefighters and police officers.
Wonderful. Now, that's just a really great thought and a great thing to do. Now, if folks want to get a hold of My First Ride, have you got a way they can they download it, or where should they go to get a hold of it?
They can get it from BleveMusic.com, BLEVE music.com, or they can get it from iTunes.
Well, fantastic. Ronnie, you're in Nashville this afternoon, right?
Absolutely, sir.
Is it a nice warm day?
Yeah, it's a great day.
Well, great. It's so good to have you on the air on KSJB, Ronnie, and don't be a stranger. If you ever want to call in again, of course, phone line's always open.
Bob, I will, and thank you so much for having me on your show.
Well, bless you, Ronnie, and bless you, too, for your all the wonderful music you provided all of us with, and for this latest single, My First Ride, to benefit the firefighters and police. I think that's special.
Absolutely. Well, we will continue to make the music, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Take care, Ronnie. Bye-bye.
Okay, buddy. Bye-bye.